Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this video is a 2-in-1 update. You don't want me. First one is regarding the latest update on Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's clash with the Senate President Rufai Abati. And secondly, Peter Obi has been under pressure ever since he denies working for Sani Abacha. But first, take a listen to what Senator Natasha Akpoti said in an interview.
We expect to have this CTC today. But that also will determine our next step in action. The statement I made that day of me resuming on Tuesday was right immediately after the pronouncement of the court that my suspension was unconstitutional and excessive, and that the people should not be deprived representation, that even though the Senate has the powers to punish members, but they should not punish the constituents alongside. So based on that, when my people came home to my house in Abuja right from the courts, I did mention that, okay, with this victory, we look forward to going to work on Tuesday. But that being said, like I said, we anticipate the judgment, the written judgment, the certified trade copy, and that will determine the next step. But I'm very positive. But again, like I said, irrespective of me being under suspension, it never hindered me from working. I worked every day.
According to our interview with the journalist, she said she's yet to resume her duties, and this is coming after Judge Binta Nyako has lifted a 6-month suspension, calling it too severe that it is unconstitutional. The Senate has the right to punish its members, but when it comes to constituents, it is unconstitutional. I just want to add this to it. Facing the camera, it is not easy, but I promise to improve with time. Thanks for your support and understanding. Reacting to the situation, our Rise News anchor, Dr. Abati and Rufai, raised some key points. One major issue they touched on was the need for the certified true copy of the court judgment to determine what comes next for Senator Natasha. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe as you are watching. It helps the channel grow and keeps you updated with more straightforward news content. Now take a listen to what Rufai and Dr. Abati had to say.
Good to see that she has clarified that, she's going to wait for the certified true copy of the judgment before she takes her next line of action, because, there was this group that was even advising her, please don't show up until at least the Senate calls you in and all of that. Rufai.
Which is only this at the case, and like we also did discuss yesterday, it's also best we get a certified true copy. So the question is, what is delaying the certified true copy? Is it out?
I spoke with our reporter yesterday, and he said that probably by the end of the week. Natasha here is saying that it should have come out today, or it should come out today.
It should have come out so that people can file their case. Because I don't want a case where Senate will now go on another long recess, will not delay whatever that has to be done. And please, we'd like to call on the judiciary. It's a certified true copy. At least before the judge gives the judgment, he's written it down, they've typed it out. We just need to fetch, and it comes out immediately. So please, we beg them, certified true copy must go out, so that all parties can be able to see what is written in the certified true copy.
Yes.
That's just where we are going.
Dr. Abati, I wanted to come to you with Natasha's resumption. And of course, we wanted to just highlight the judgment again, some of the excerpts that we have seen. And one of it was the fact that she was fined 5 million naira for contempt of court. And we know that because of that, she may not, be able to hold any political office in the future if she doesn't go on appeal. Your thoughts on that?
Okay, the thing is this, Justice Peter Nyako was very clear in saying you have to publish the apology in 2 newspapers and also on Facebook, where the original satirical apology was, made. Now, also pay 5 million naira. Yesterday, I was going to make a clarification that where contempt is involved, there may be a complainant in the contempt proceeding who may have suffered damage. And that is why, that apology is not just to the court. It's also to the person who has suffered some kind of reputational damage. And you will recall that, yes, she flattered the order of court, but the satirical apology was directed to Senator Rufai Abati. That was just the point I wanted to make. That although it was civil contempt, as far as Shikuria, there are, because contempt is in 2 categories. Contempt in the face of court, contempt away from the face of court. So this is a case of contempt as facie curia. So, but the court says we need that apology. We should put that apology forward. The second thing is that the Senate is saying that without that apology, she cannot show up. But she has provided useful clarification. She has said when our supporters came and all that, she said, oh, we may show up on Tuesday.
That is today, yes.
But she has now said, well, she too has not seen the certified true copy.
Yes.
And that, you know, when she sees the certified true copy and her lawyers analyze it and advise her appropriately, you know, then she will know what to do next. So that's a very safe way.
Yes.
And you see that as the reporter was asking questions, she said, no, let's keep that. Let's keep that.
Yes.
You know, because she didn't want to repeat any offense.
All right.
However, she made one important point, or two. What are the two important points that are isolated? That whether she's in the Senate or not, while she's still fighting that battle, that she has continued to represent the interest of her people in Kogi Central.
Yeah.
And that has not stopped her from pursuing matters that are of interest to her constituents and also to Nigerians, particularly with regard, she said, what she called the gold bill, something about gold that she says she's defending. And I think that, you know, there's a very strong message there, namely that you don't have to be in the Senate to defend the interest of your people. Another strong point that she made was about women representation. That is also about women, but she didn't go far as to talk about our original, you know, course of action. She said there are 3 women out of all the members in the Senate. And this morning, we have also talked about this women representation. So if she's talking from that high level and she's saying, look, women should be supported, I think that is also a point that you can't take away from her. But she has an obligation to clear all the legal issues. Yes. It's not just the matter in the Court of Justice Binta in Yako. We understand there are still other cases that are pending. Right. But I'm sure she will have gained better clarity as to the circumstances in which she has found herself.
This is the Punch reporting that in a twist, the court imposed monetary penalty on Uduaghan for breaching a prior court directive that barred both parties for making public statements about the ongoing legal matter that runs into millions of naira. There was a word by the court that both parties should not talk. She breached that one. Hence my point yesterday. About the contempt is for the courts. The contempt is for the courts. The contempt was as issued by the courts.
What are you agreeing?
Did somebody say
the law of contempt is a special category in law. It's not about sentiment or personal opinion.
With due respect.
It's about law.
Based on the reportage, the contempt
there is a complaint, and the matter was even taken to court by Akpabio's counsel.
And why I say that is also best for us to see the CTC.
That's why I kept on repeating
let us
not mislead the public.
That's why I kept on repeating the point.
This is elementary law, please.
Let us see the public. Dr. Abati, you yourself said yesterday that you can't comment on the judgment, you don't have the CTC. How come you are not commenting on the judgment, you don't have the CTC? Let's wait for the CTC. All I read is a reportage of what is going on.
That's all I'm saying. Some of these reports are done by lawyers, by reporters who don't even
Dr. Abati, we have a reporter there, and I have a count of the reporter who has made so many different comments, you know, whether or not the judge said it was unconstitutional or not.
Reporter
no, I'm talking about Arise, the reporter, Godfrey Oshem.
He was at the position of the law.
He was at the court. I'm just reporting what he said.
Did he say that contempt is for the court, not that the complainant in the action?
No, I'm just trying to highlight that we have a reporter. At the end of the day, we'll get all the information from the reporter.
Now, moving to the second issue, Peter Obi is trending once again, and this is coming after what he said during an interview with Seun Okibandoye on Channels televisions. He denies working for Abacha, and this has sparked heated conversation among his supporters and oppositions, with people digging up one of his past videos countering his claims. As always, this video is not about taking sides or to criticize anyone. It is simply about updating people on what is happening in our political space so you can form your own opinion. Take a listen.
For the time to Abacha's government, because when Abacha took over, they said all ports, seaports and everything closed. So they came out with a policy that caused congestion in our ports, even the airports. Goods were not being cleared, goods were not being exported and everything. And some of us felt, no, we need to go and see the head of state then, or at least the commissioner for Minister of Finance, who was I think it was Ani. So we came to Abuja. We had an audience with the Minister of Finance and the President and the head of state then, and we were able to elucidate the problem we're facing. The President then directed the Finance Minister that he should take some of us who are the leaders, should just form a committee to decongest all the ports in Nigeria. And there were about 10 or 20 ports. Make sure that in each committee, one of us is involved. That's the only thing I had to do with the port. And then when we finished, which lasted maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they said, it is now time to probe and reorganize the port, because I had written in one of my comments that Nigerian Ports Authority is the only port I know in the world that have an office outside its country of operation. And people that have seen whether they said, you become a member of the panel. He said, if anything, I was a member that tried to reorganize and sack people, saying he has nothing to do with working government. I've never met Abacha, I don't know him, I don't know him.
Well, all right, this video was trending because, some people had put 2 videos together saying that, oh, here is Peter Obi saying that he's never met Abacha, he didn't work for Abacha, but he clearly detailed when he met Abacha during that interview with Channel TV and saying that, at the end of the day, that was the only meeting I had with Abacha, and people talking about the fact that I worked for Abacha, which he claims he didn't. Well, here is Peter Obi back in February 2023 during an interactive session at the Nigerian Economic Summit Group Presidential Dialogue, narrating his interaction with the late General Sani Abacha. He said that after Abacha was informed about the decongestion at the port, Abacha suggested to the minister at the time that he be appointed as chairman of the Port Decongestion Committee.
I was telling them a story last night about Abacha. How we were almost supposedly be arrested for not paying duty. The port was congested. Everything was. Under Abacha, you clear goods so faster than you can do today. And we did everything. So we're supposed to be under arrest because they said we didn't pay duty. We didn't do anything. So we went to Abuja to see Abacha. We were 100. They said they're going to lock us up. Only 30 agreed to see him. And when they said I should speak, I started talking. Halfway, the man banged his table and said, call I need the minister. He said, form today, port decongestion. You see this boy who is talking, which is me, chairman, thinker. That's how I got involved in the port. And when they finished it, everybody was coming for Abacha for clearing the port. But all he did, he took decision by listening to us. That's all.
All right, there you have it. Peter Obi there talking about the fact that the late General Sani Abacha had suggested that he be the chairman of that committee, which he eventually said that he didn't take the position. Dr. Abati, your comment on this story?
No, I don't think that, all the people who are attacking Mr. Peter Obi should keep wasting their time. One, he's a politician, he's a citizen. He has a right to make his own choices. He has the right to express opinion. And what are the kind of opinions that he has been expressing? He says he thinks that Nigeria can be a better place. He thinks that a better Nigeria is possible, I think, P-O in capital letters. Okay, how does anybody have a problem with a man who says we need to invest in education, invest in health, improve the circumstances of Nigeria? Even if he cites the example of Bangladesh, Singapore, And they also call him Mr. China, you know, giving examples from other parts of the world. So a man who says, let's engage in a conversation about how to make Nigeria better and how to help people who are in distress, I don't think that should be a problem. Whether he says he is running in 2027 or not, and all that should not be the issue. Let us focus on the ideas. He says he did not work in the government. It's not a crime for a man to be invited to serve on a committee and say, oh, there's port congestion, you are an importer, you know the port very well, what ideas do you have? You chair the committee. That's service to the country. So I think that, you know, this personalization, this ethnicization, this provincialization of politics serves no purpose.
Absolutely. Well,
and that wraps up today's 2-in-1 update. But as always, I'd love to hear what you think. With Senator Natasha's suspension being lifted, some believe justice is finally being served, while others feel it is just another political game. Do you think her punishment was fair in the first place, or do you agree with her that it was her people, not her, who truly suffered? Then there's this Peter Obi and Abacha situation, a simple denial that has now turned into a trendy controversy. So let me know, in your own opinion, does this change how people view Obi's political record, or is it being blown out of proportion by opposition voices? All of this shows just how intense the build-up for 2027 is becoming. From returning politicians, coalitions forming left and right, and to the public becoming more informed and alert. Whether you are supporting Obi, Atiku, or Tinubu, or even any names in the mix, most important thing is that we stay informed and ask the right questions. This platform is for open-minded conversations. No insults, no bias, just real updates and public reactions to help us stay engaged with the issues that matter. So if you enjoy honest, straightforward content like this, please like this video, share it with others, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss any of these key updates. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your time. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, and I'll catch you in the next one.